So I just got back from a ride. As you can see, the temperature of the oil in the bike is 150, and the highest I've ever seen that is 160. So I don't know, in my opinion, that's pretty cool, temperature-wise. I'm just hanging out here in the garage, got the lights off, doors open. This is just kind of one of my favorite places to hang out and do nothing. So there's a bit of a story to how I ended up with this bike. Again, if you followed the boat build, you know we're a single income family, and you know, things are tight. I can't afford to just go out and drop $4,000 or $5,000 on a toy for myself. So what happened was, I had a grandfather on my dad's side who I don't believe I've ever met before. He lived in Arkansas. He passed away. Prior to him passing away, an uncle of mine had talked to him about putting me in his will. And a lot like in the movies, you know, I got a check in the mail one day. This is, of course, after, you know, going down and having paperwork notarized and all this. I knew what was going on. It wasn't like some mystery, you know. But it took about a year after filling out all this paperwork and sending it off, but they took his estate and sold it and divided it up amongst everybody that was in his will, according to what percentage he had, you know, specified. But long story short, I ended up with, you know, $17,000 for free. The nice thing, at least in Oregon, is there's no tax taken out of that. It's 100% free money. You don't have to pay tax on it. So the very first thing I did was pay off all of my debt, and it wasn't much, you know. A couple of credit cards for a few $1,000s, not very much. But I paid off all of my debt first thing. I bought my daughter, who just turned 17, bought her a car. I set aside a few $1,000s to go to Disneyland. In the last video, you guys saw that, so that was some of that money. I paid off my uncle for the little convertible car on the other side, and I bought this bike. It was just, you know, free money. I also bought the DJI Spark, so all of my drone footage is from that money as well. So, you know, this is all stuff that I had planned on doing over the course of my life, but I thought, you know, this would have taken me several years to accomplish, you know, at least another 4 or 5 years, and probably longer than that. But because of this unexpected mailbox money, you know, it happened much, much, much sooner. So that's the reason I have the bike. Just a little backstory there. So these have been cooling. Turned the heat off on the pressure canner about 40 minutes ago. And just opened the top, and as you can see, they are still boiling. And they will for probably, again, another half hour or so. But another batch of tuna.